Shout out to everybody here on the live on this beautiful Friday. God bless each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Hope you're having a wonderful day out there. God bless. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. I appreciate each and every one of you. I got to get a check here. Every time I do a Zoom, the next morning, I can't explain why, but there's something weird with the audio. So I'm going to need each and every one of you to hold me down. Right now it says it's peaking, but it looks like it's kind of coming down now, doing the right thing. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let me get my pocket square. You guys want to see how to do a pocket square? Circle in the hand, pocket square on top, finger through, come around, grab this for a loop so you make a rose and flare out. If this is what you're going for, that's what I go for. And I want this rose pocket thing going on here, you know? I know you guys, I never showed you guys the secret, you know? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Yeah, different lighting creates a whole different vibe. The lighting here is way better than in my other house. It's pretty interesting. This is my travel studio, so sounds perfect, man. Sounds good to me. All right, God bless each and every one of you. Let's get it in, and let's start the show. God bless you all. Let's go. We had an amazing morning in the trading group already. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Master Friends. Shout out to Love Learning. Shout out to everybody that makes this show amazing. I made $2,000, all right, since last night at 11 o'clock, and I'm going to teach you how, show you what I did, and not just brag about it, but I'm actually going to put my money where my mouth is, too. We might even see a hot trade. I'm feeling good, so I'm already up. That's when you know I'm going to be a little more risky. Let's have some fun. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Bitcoin ripping to the upside. Absolutely ripping. Went to 100,004, bounced back down, and then continued to pump. We found this diamond this morning, and it was created after that non-farm unemployment data came in. We got the ribbage to the upside. We're going to talk about non-farm. We're going to break down Forex Factory. We're going to have a blast. That's what we do here every day. We have an absolute blast. Bitcoin, 104,394. You can see the price right there, okay? If you want to know the time frame we're on, it's right here, the 1 minute, all right? I just want to make sure everyone has access to everything that they need here on the show, right? Because some people are, you know, every once in a while, people say, we're all set, right? We got every ching. We got every ching, and we don't need that white there. We're perfect. We're perfect. All right, so Bitcoin, a diamond. What is a diamond? A diamond means if you come in from the bottom, you usually bounce at the bottom. Actually, but the way I looked at, yeah, you know, but it still doesn't mean it's going to happen for sure. It's a recycled diamond. I saw the diamond breaking out. Why? Because we were above the 200 MA, and that's my strategy. We're touching the 21 above the 200. I go, right? And attack. Bang, bang, bang. Let's talk about the NASDAQ. Absolutely ripping to the upside. 21,824. Doing damage. I talked about it here. I just sold my trade on the NASDAQ for gains. Shout out to anyone that jumped in when I did right there. Getting it 21,577. Getting a rippage to the upside. The 1 minute actually looking pretty nice. You could trade the NASDAQ on this beautiful exchange called BTC.D. Looks like the NASDAQ is about to rip. Something is brewing on this Friday in the markets. And do I go and take some, you know what I could do is I could risk a little bit of what I made. Just a small amount here. That's a breakout. I don't have much time. It's breaking out as we speak. Man, it always seems like price action's breaking out the second I show up on whatever asset I'm touching or looking at. You're looking at 21,922. And again, the one I chased, you know, I'm already up on the day. Maybe I just stop. I'm not going to take the trade just yet. I'm going to take a look at the trade and see what it looks like on the books. Okay, so cool. There we go. And so we want to up that ante. I get it. So I can go there to see my numbers. So if I want the whole shebang and I hit advanced, it's only 80 for 243? Is that serious? Shit, that's all? Feels like I'm going harder than that, but that's what it says. I could only lose 80. It is a symmetrical triangle. It could go either way, and we had a massive pump. So I am chasing a little bit. You know, I just want to let you know, like I already sold the trade and was in it all night. All right, same as the Bitcoin trade. I'm going to show you how I nailed Bitcoin. I mean, this is the Crypto Live Show. Why am I showing the NASDAQ? I trade everything. I want to show you that you could trade any single asset in the world with my strategies. Look, that bull flag just ripped. It was amazing. We had a massive short squeeze on the NASDAQ this morning. Unbelievable. Like, it's just, like, that's what I love. I live for those squeezes. I'm a bullish trader, bullish bias. I go for the bulls. And there's a bullish trade every day, even in the bearish markets. There is a bull trade. So I got to do a little engineering here. Just had to raise the mic just a little more here. Yeah, I want to get in there. And I want to have to raise. Actually, I got to go up again. Sorry. I'm the engineer. I got it all. So, yeah, there we go. Because I want to be able to keep my head up high. Really key about equipment that I'm learning. You got to keep your head up high. You want everything kind of managed properly. Why? Well, the idea is, and see, look, symmetrical triangle moving to the downside. I'm not sold on the entry just yet. And I would be chasing. I'm already up pretty nice. And look at that thing coming on down here. And I kind of hesitated. Again, it could easily wick and probably rip. It's been that kind of day. But I hesitated. And let's take a look at what's happening here for Bitcoin. We're going to look at the bigger picture, the smaller picture. How did I make money last night? What did I do? I longed BTC. And I longed it on the 4-hour time frame. And it'll show you kind of what I did and why. So last night, number one, whenever you have a move that fast to the downside, you usually move right back to the upside. And I said that to my trading group. Did anyone hear me say that? Last night to the group. And I was saying, hey, whenever you have a move that quick, and shout out to Blocky AI, says, hi, man, God bless you guys. I hope Blocky's doing well. We'll take a look at that chart and see how it's doing. God bless everybody out here. And thank you so much for the super chat. You didn't have to give, but you did. Roger, may everything go your way today. And look, you're right at the 200 MA on the 4-hour time frame. That's where I decided to take some profit. I figured it was a good time to sell. So what I did is last night, if you remember, I had a weekly screen share last night, and we went over. We kept a level head. It did look pretty bearish. It looked like things were going to get pretty strange, but we kept a really level head. And last night I drew a cup and handle as we hung out together. If you remember, as we watched the dump on the 1-minute time frame. And Sam drew this, and we started saying, hey, we could get the reversal out the cup and handle here back to the upside. And this is what we were looking for. We're looking for this type of move here for Bitcoin. All right? And it started as it was supposed to, continued to rip. And so, look, if you're in my trading group, we basically called the reversal last night. And I've done this so many times that it's just kind of what I do. It's not even like a big deal. It's just kind of what we do here on the channel and in the group. But so last night, and I'm up all night, we're having some fun. But you can see here, we had our weekly screen share, 8:30 to 10:30. And then right there, I'm kind of showing you, like, we went over this cup and handle. We left the screen share watching the cup and handle fly up. And then it kept going. And you can see the measured move right there at the top of the cup. And this thing just ripped, and then it got above this channel. Now, this was the bear flag. We knew if we got above this, the bear flag was negated, and this thing started to rip. And I said I knew not to short this puppy for now. You know what I mean? The Samuel cup and handle to the upside. And then at 11:51 p.m., you could see I jumped into the NASDAQ, and it started to make a bit of a move, right? That thing started to pump. I see the S&P ripping, gave a call for the S&P. And then here I am waking up at 7:30 in the morning, looking at my trades, and by 7:56 I'm reporting for duty, and 1400, and that thing continued to rip. That was when it was 103.9. We're at 104.5. So, and I got to sell a little bit above 104,000, and then it just continued to have a beautiful move. And the trick that this is a simple trick. So let me show you what I did. The simple trick: once the 4-hour candle closes green, long the tweezer bottom and boom, right? And I think I definitely front ran it. It was like maybe it hadn't closed green completely because my entry was right there. But once I saw green and a big wick, I just decided and I saw how fast that was. I was like, I turtle souped. It was risky, but I didn't have a lot on the table because your stop loss was right there. You see, my entry and stop loss were so close. It was an 8-to-1 risk reward ratio. Had we got to the target, I didn't wait to get to the target, And then all night, this thing just ran. And I woke up in the morning and sold. It's crazy. Then we had non-farm, which was the diamond that I just showed you. And I don't know why I knew the diamond was going to rip, but I had just the way the diamond looked to me, even though it was against the grain. It's funny. I psychically read it against the grain. But I said a 1-minute diamond, I see this thing ripping. And that could send up to 104.6, 104, between 104.4 and 104.6. I saw the diamond wanting to take that huge move to the upside. And again, and And then the NASDAQ trade that we gave the night, ripping again up 500 there when we got to 780. And we got into the 800s too as well. So sold one trade for about like 15, 16. Sold one trade for about 500 and made about $2,000 since 11 p.m. last night. Trading the NASDAQ and Bitcoin. The NASDAQ took a massive move here. Those 5-minute candles were absolutely insane. Like, I couldn't believe it as I watched Enjoy of Euphoria as boom, 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 and the money started coming in. I've told you I'm going to turn BTC. We're working this trade here. We're going to turn it into 10,000. It was 2,000. It's now $3,400, right? And we're going to turn $2,000 into $10,000. We're going to keep working this thing 5 trades straight on the NASDAQ. It hasn't slipped on us yet. Can I make another trade here on the nasty Nas? It looks like it's going to rip again. It looks like it's going to rip again here. And I'm going to long that. Show me, no. Oh, see, I like when it keeps that. Oh, man. Maybe it's a blessing I get that lower priced. It could dip too, you know. Maybe I keep my 2,000 and I just move on. You know, what does the chat say? I listen to the chat and I shouldn't know listen anymore, but I listen to the chat. You're my people. Do I open up a trade or I call it a day? Say $2,000 was great, Sam. You made it during the night. Relax. No need to trade. What do you guys think? Let's do a poll. Let's run a poll. It's going to call Sammy Just. And we'll just see. You guys can make your funny statements here or whatever you want. But Sammy, just chill, payday, or go for more. And let me know. We're asking, you know, should I go hard here on the NASDAQ or let it chill? You know, and we got, let's see what we got. Let's see what the poll says right here. We got 54% go for more. 46% say chill. You got a payday. And just hang out. No guts, no glory. Do a small trade, if any. I like that. That's what I usually do. I like what he said. Do a small trade, if any. We got a $50. So grateful and blessed to have introduced you, to you, Sam. I respect your knowledge, values, and motivation. Looking forward to a great journey with the lifer. Thank you so much, Jay in Nashua. God bless you, man. Nashua, New Jersey? Or Nashua, New Hampshire, right? New Hampshire? God bless you, Jay. And we'll hit that like and hit that lifer emblem there. And may God bless you, man. Yeah. So I guess I could have it from the side a little bit too, but it's not as easy, right? Bitcoin to break next, yeah. We're coming next weekend. You know how those go. We're coming into the weekend. You know how, yeah, the weekends have been interesting. Oh yeah, the mic's like in my face. It's been hard trying to get it perfect over here. There we go, dude. I'm here in Boston again. Got to use the Boston accent. Talk about it. Dude, let's do it. I'll do my Marky Wahlberg. Babe, it doesn't matter. I took care of it. I played a cop. I played a fireman. I can get it done. You know, I was in the shooter movie, and I did all that other stuff. Babe, it doesn't. I got it, babe. I got this. I got it. We can do this. We can do this. I'm Marky Wahlberg, and I approve this message. I don't know what's up with the double jars. I got to take care of the double jars. What's going on over here? There we go. I don't need 2 jars. Only 1 jar over here. Only 1 jar. Don't jar me out. Anyway, moving forward. It's a big head and shoulder inverse. Hey, you never know. And we're gonna look at Bitcoin in the long term. I'm toying with you guys. I'm a NASDAQ trader now, man. I only trade the NAS. No, I'm messing around. You know, it is starting to look more of a descending triangle. You see? It's getting that flat bottom. And that's not what you're looking for when you're going for gains. That's what you're looking for when you're looking for a bit of a dump easy to the downside. So let's take a look at Bitcoin, which is ferociously ripping here. And that's kind of where we want to be. Let's leave the NASDAQ alone for now and take a look at the beautiful Bitcoin. The nasty Nas, the beautiful Bitcoin. But Bitcoin looks like it could be ripping out and go all the way to 105,266. Let's take a look at BookMap. I told you, BOOKMAP never gave up with those big stop losses and liquidations at 107,000. That pull down could have just created even more shorts. And when you look at it, the biggest area of liquidation, they want to go and get some whale up there. Someone is shorting 107,000 stop with a liquidation up there, and it looks to me like someone, they want to go get that whale. They want to whale that guy out of there, right? They want to whale on in there. Whale them in there. Did I just refresh? Oopsie doopsie doo. Shout out to Weeks, man. We're going to see if we can catch a quick trade here. Got some good liquidity coming on in too as well. All right. It's been interesting. So like that. See, I like taking profits when we get, we wicked up in there. We get towards that 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame. A little far from the 21 with the curve too, though, but starting to get tight on that 30 minute. That's also Bollinger Band-esque. I teach you this. It's very like the Bollinger Bands. When the 21 and the 200 moving average get very close together, see that? See that on the 15 minute? That's a beautiful sign here that you're going to get some type of explosive movement. Like, that's really nice. For me personally, even just opening a trade here with a stop below the 200, very similar to what we did last night on the 4-hour time frame. And just having that faith that you're going to get covered by that 200. There's enough stops to get, so many people went short yesterday. And I hesitated to short. And last night, the bear flag looked beautiful. They set it up perfectly. Everyone would have shorted that. And I said, nah, I'm going to catch the reversal. And because you can't go with the fear. Most people in fear can't long. Fear. When people are in a lot of fear, they don't tend to long the market. Let's be honest, right? So if the predominant feeling was fear, we could see that the fear and greed index had gone, back down pretty far, pretty fast. 60s to 50s down to the 40s. Again, 30 would be great. I'll take more, but it is what it is. Sam keeps it simple, sharing talent daily, man. God bless you, brother. The gap is almost complete from yesterday. We'll take a look at that gap too. I was about to look at the gap. Didn't get a chance. And again, you got to get I had to buy 10. And the fear and greed index, if you look at the 1 year or the max, you just never come down that low. And when we got to that 10 area, I had to buy BTC. There was no other way. There was no choice. You have to understand, that's it. You don't have a choice. You think you have a choice, but once you play probabilities and you have a system, you just got to do what the system tells you to do. You can't do whatever you want to do. You see what I mean? Because there's a probability. Once you play the probabilities, you can only take the best probabilities. You don't have a choice to play games any other way. You could force it. You could try to punch it, but it doesn't, that's not how it's going to work. So, you know what I mean? It all depends with the timing. Bitcoin holding 105.4 is pretty nice too. You got to love that. So this is what I'm watching now. My model on the 15, because now if we're super bullish, what we're going to do is we're going to make a beautiful flag here on the 15-minute time frame. This also has a very large flag. This means we can get up. I'm telling you, elasticity. Why did I just say elasticity? It's about how the movement of all energy in the universe works. It doesn't matter if it's tangible energy. You're watching it on a screen with money, but that's that's real energy because it's real human beings touching buttons that are creating that effect, right? Bitcoin getting that pullback. You don't chase after a pump. Let's see what people say here. Let's see if the lifers held me down or they wanted to force me to get reckless. So they want me to go for more. Look at this. And I'm going to chill for a payday. See, I'm going to go against the grain. Never do what the masses. No. But God bless my lifers. So what we're looking for here is for the the 21-day moving average. And for each of these candles, one at a time, to build. So boom. And this is the trade that I'm looking for here. Okay. And I could trade it USD. I could trade it USD at all. I could have 5 trades open if I needed to. Again, this is MEXC, the least amount of fees of any single exchange in the game. Okay. You do whatever you want. I've been using MEXC for 2-3 years, so, but the most, unbelievable. They basically, and then they even have promotions of 0 fees a lot. So I'm waiting for the 21-day moving average to touch price action and for us to boom all the way to 107,557 for Bitcoin. Okay. Same scenario here on weeks. Same scenario there on Bitfinex. All right. You could swing trade it on Bitfinex, swing trade it on weeks, and BTC.C. These are my premier exchanges. This is where I'm getting down. So look, I was able to figure out that they grabbed the stop hunt. You can see the stop hunt, right? So they made the flag to the latecomers. You know, they had a program make a flag, and then they knew anyone that went long here just got completely rocked. It is a 50 pattern, and these symmetrical triangles mainly dump. Even though they're 50% when you learn about them, they mainly dump to the downside. So now what I see is I attempt to see what no one else sees, which is a possible bigger inverted head and shoulder here, see? You got to be ahead of the crowd, ahead of the group. And by projection, so I teach you how to be ahead of everybody else because you got to be projecting. That's why we sell the top and get into the local bottoms and nail it all the time. Like, look, we sold that area here on the NASDAQ and as it fell down on the 1 minute. Like, we didn't play games. We knew to take our profit. I kept raising my stop loss as it continued to pump. Understand? Always maintaining that and gaining profit over and over again. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby, on this beautiful Friday as we make massive gains on the NASDAQ and on BTC.C. On BTC. And on BTC.C. everywhere. Everybody, I'm live, man, and because I don't post it, people bugging out, right? Let's go. Let's go. Bang. So beautiful trade for Bitcoin back to the upside. A monster move. And again, a really good weekly screen share last night where we just kind of, you know, I kept my wits about me, and that's how you find opportunity. Look at that bounce there on the NASDAQ. Could end up being a bigger flag that rips too. That calls my name a little bit more, but dang, man, that thing is gone. I'd wait patiently for consolidation. Okay. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Shout out to all the viewership here. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Let's break down Bitcoin getting tighter here. And so there's opportunity for Bitcoin to possibly get a bigger move. Just even here on the 1 minute time frame, rising wedges break up. Only 68% of the time you would assume this is going to break down, but we've been getting some nice price action for Bitcoin here, and it looks bullish to me on the move here. So I'd wait for the 15 minute on my USD pair, but I may even scalp on the USDT pair. That's my scalping pair. All right. You gotta love the way, and again, the 15 minute being above the 200 MA, it's like when you trade, I don't know if you trade like the 1 hour, the full hour, when the daily's above, like, you know, the daily basically confirms an uptrend, and then you begin to trade the smaller time frames. Very similar here when the 15 minute confirms an uptrend, and then you play in with the 15 and the 5 and the 1. Everything is kind of a process. I use multiple time frames for confirmation. You see, I don't talk about that a lot. You know, we always go over like, you know, the moving average, the 200, day moving average. We talk about the 21. We talk about the distance. We talk about the movement. We talk about it all, right? The nasty Nas, banging on that Nas, man. And God bless all the beautiful people here on the live. So look at this. Check. 1 2 1 2. Okay, if you put a fib in a circle previous 109 high, 74 low, you have a perfect bottom from yesterday for a new cycle. I mean, that's beautiful. BTC had a bad lag yesterday. I put a short and never showed up. I refreshed multiple times, logged out. Woke up this morning with a short underwater. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, that's usually, I don't know if that's lag or somebody's internet though. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, to me, usually if there's a lag, you got to stick with the trade. But I don't know that I anything could happen. You could definitely, say something like that and say, hey, see if they can check. This would be a rising wedge that could break to the upside. If you're in the group, you could tell Jamie and see what happens there. But there's a lot of times there is some user error, but you never know. I'm not saying there is. I'd say about 90% of the time it is, whenever we're dealing with some type of issue. So can we get this big move to the upside? Do I take another shot? 55% of you say go for more, which is pretty crazy, right? Want to go all the way for the gusto here, so 104,429 for Bitcoin. And now we're going to do our top-down analysis, but it looks pretty nice. See the oversold stochastic? This looks shoulder, head, and right shoulder-esque, but that could get defied to create just enough shorts to get a pump again to the upside. You see 107,000 on BOOKMAP is positional strength. It's where we would likely go, all right? And we were saying that even yesterday when it all dumped, which is crazy, but getting the move back up. Sounding excellent, Sam. Thank you so much for defunding shorts. God bless you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're doing what we can to have a beautiful setup here all the way on, the travel setup, man. We do the best we can. Wow, that's booming. I'm almost regretting not getting in now. So the take profit would be 105,216. And the stop would have to be somewhere, oh my gosh, 104, 187. Oh, man. It's like, like now it's just too late to get in. Like I can't chase that. Oh my gosh. I was like a second from dialing in, man. I would have been up like a few $100 immediately. I would have been one of my Sammy specials. Shout out to anyone that had the chance to get in before me. I'm talking too much here on the show. Man, that was a monster candle for Bitcoin. I was just saying how we're likely going to rip up to 107. Bang, bang, bang to the upside. Right? Look at that. Beautiful move, man. I'm telling you, I wasn't lying. I was just going to pull the trigger right there. I don't know. I can't chase a green candle that big. I just can't. I want to, though, so bad. The daily looks absolutely amazing, too. Let's zoom on out and do our bigger time frame. But anyone that jumped on in, man, congratulations. Put a 333 if you snagged that. Let me know if you were quicker than me and you were able to put in the numbers and make it happen. Bang, bang, bang. I mean, that's one of the bigger candles I've seen in the 1 minute in a long time. That's a beautiful candle. 21-day moving average, everything was going our way. And because the 15-minute was above the 200, you suggest we were going to get that move. You get on it, that goes hand in hand. When you're above the 200 MA, explosive price action. The 200 moving average creates explosive price action. I teach it every single day, all the time. Look at all the 333s coming in strong on the channel. And Bitcoin getting a massive pump to the upside here, ripping. Everyone's coming on in. The Google searches are ripping. People are saying, what's going on with Bitcoin? They're going to find the Crypto Lifer channel and say, what is going on with this madman here on the mic? What are we doing? And I'm just doing what I love every single day, everybody. Let me get a little more uppage here. There we go. Man. And I just feel blessed to be here with each and every one of you. Thank you so much. And yes, we have pants on. We got salmon pants to match the salmon shirt, okay? So we're not playing around here. We're getting it done. Love and respect for all the lifers. God bless you all. We love you all. You people are amazing. Stay blessed. Keep pushing. And never stop. Never stop. That's my only bit of advice to anybody is to never stop. Keep pushing every single day. Progress. The old you will disappear. The new you will know new things and be able to put yourself so much higher. Look, shoulder, head, and shoulder, they ripped it. They knew people were going to short that. They ripped it. They're anti. You got to be able to see kind of what's happening in the market. Also, low stochastics. Stochastics RSI teaching me and off the trend line. Might be a bullish retest that Sammy might just be able to penny pick here. Come on, baby. Like that could be what's called a bullish retest. Like you come down to retest the pattern and you get a nice move here out of here to the upside. It's a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio though, just not. You're gonna have to put the stop at like 104.512. Well, just somewhere in the pattern there, 1 for 387 on the bounce. Well, good. You know, we already made, 2 racks. Give $100 back, right? Just to catch another move here. So that to me is a bullish retest, likely to possibly get a continuation pump here. And the 15-minute above the 200 could be explosive, where the smaller time frames just have to find a way to cope as we just continue to pump here. Now, like, they'll look a little more outlandishly crazy, like they'll get away for the 21. The 15-minute continues to rally, and we just can continue to get that type of movement. So there you go. The fastest $28 I've ever made, $20 in what, under 10 seconds or something? We haven't even been in the trade in a whole minute, I don't think, completely. 28 seconds, right? We've been in the trade about 30 seconds now. So that's how you make $20 in 30 seconds. You know, people wait on tables to get a $20 tip. They drive Uber, all sorts of stuff to make it $20. It's pretty crazy, right? To make it in under a minute. $30 in a minute now as we're coming into 8 seconds on the move. So this is why people trade for a living. And again, you can also lose $30 in under a minute. I mean, as fast as you can go up, you can go down. But if you have a strategy, you trade it every single day and you really stick to it, I'm telling you right now, trading is going to become enjoyable. Like, trading is truly enjoyable for me. It used to be a treachery, a pain, a scares. Like, oh my God, now I can do it in front of people. Like, I love it. Like, I can't wait to live trade in front of the world. Like, how crazy is that? I was a guy that used to be scared, worried, not doing all the right things, full of emotions. And now I calmly, coolly trade the NASDAQ, Bitcoin in front of the world and have a blast doing it. And again, when I get tired, and I feel like it's I can't trade anymore, I go to my Minotaur trading bot, man. And that's amazing too. See if I can find that puppy here in the yellow pages. I'm just messing around, right? But I got a link to Minotaur Trading in the description below. If anyone can pop it up, one of my assistants here too in the chat, it would be great. But yeah, and what that does is it just trades all the time, constantly. And see that huge move down? It took huge advantage of that. It probably bought, and then the move back up. The drawdowns are amazing. So that big dump, I can't wait to see what the account did. But it makes the most money when we take the massive dumps. Where I would, so I do a lot better bullishly. I trade the bullish bot. Like, I caught the reversal last night. Bang. And wow, look at this beautiful pump for Bitcoin. Getting the rip to the upside. $100 in under 2 minutes. And this is how we do it. 2 1-minute candles, and we're up about 179 now. 1377. Wow, that was a spike and a half, though. They ate that spike. It got a sell-off there with a little bit of bearish div in the smaller time frames. Could that be the end? Do they come rip it down now? I lose $100. Let's see how fast this thing can turn. And that's why I don't leverage trade unless you know what you're doing. Like, I'm up huge and I'm risking $100. You see what I'm saying? Like, know what you're doing. Have proper risk management. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do here should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. And again, that's the bullish retest there now. Really clean. Which you might even double down on the trade there. For me, kind of want to. Not on a Friday, though, right? Let's do our top-down analysis for Bitcoin. We're looking for this to bounce here off the trend line and do some type of bullish retest on the 1-minute time frame. Only time will tell exactly what we'll see and where we'll go. But let's take a look at what's happening on the bigger time frame. Let's double-click, get rid of the moving averages, and just take a look at price action all by its widow self. All right? I don't know where the VRVP went there, so I just wanted to run that back too as well. Okay, let's take a look at beautiful, beautiful price action. The first thing you want to do whenever you're looking at an asset is you want to study the trend. Okay, so you want to build a trend line, period. And you want to see what's happening to the trend. And so like Bitcoin could make a nice downward flag here. It could take literally a bit. Let's hit. It could take 3 months, which to me would be great. Nice 3 months consolidation. I've seen this many times. June, July, right? I believe. Let's see. Why is that blue there? Oh yeah, because I just have that on. But so September 8th, it starts to come on out of here. And interesting, right? Now we also have a trend here. It's definitely a trend line, like a resistance. And you got this like bigger. Honestly, that almost is like a bigger Livermore cylinder too, and a more uptrending cylinder, which almost tells me you're going to hit the top of this trend before you hit the bottom here, because it's up, down, up, you know. But do you make these large? Wow. Anyway, so we do have a couple things to look at, and that upward trend somewhere, yeah, it takes you to 136,000. You know, you'll hit that. A lot of times you will hit that bar. Yeah, somewhere there, 100 and I keep getting 100 and yeah. I mean, honestly, you flag and then you build the flag out. So obviously the measured move is going to be this leg. And man, what a call at 84,000 when I called the hidden bullish divergence, the bounce off the 618 golden pocket. Like we got, I mean, it was insane. Look at that. And then we bought $84,000 Bitcoin, 78, 71, 81,000, went hard right here. 160 grand into Bitcoin in this level. Got the rippage to the upside, up 20,000 on the Bitcoin buy. At one point was up 30 grand. I mean, you can't, almost 30 grand. It's unbelievable times to be alive, right? There's opportunity everywhere here in this market. You just got to find it. Like last, you know, I made 2 grand overnight. Like that's just, come on now. 2 grand in my sleep. Most people have to go to work for a week. I used to go to work for a week to make what I made in my sleep last night. Come on now. And it's not like we do it once in a while. We do it all the time. Short squeezing, finding the bottoms, looking for reversals, using the 1 minute cup and handle. Bang, 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 bang. It just doesn't get better. You see what I'm saying? It just doesn't get better. You just absolutely nail it. So let's take a look here at what's happening to Bitcoin on the weekly. We've got a beautiful uptrend. Could we come all the way back to the trend line? We could. 97, 98,000. Possible. Doesn't mean we have to. No. But it's just something to definitely think about. And then let's take a look at our weekly support and resistance lines. So just one thing you want to kind of take a gander at, and have this bigger picture idea. So you're not just overwhelmed just on everyday little dumps. You can have you can kind of zoom out and see what really matters. So remember, they can do whatever they want to price action during the week, but it's about where the weekly candle closes. And that's so important. And once I really started believing in that, it changed my outlook, because I used to see the price and the price would get me going. Now, if we close above or below a weekly support or resistance, that's all that matters to me. So yesterday, when I saw that weekly candle below weekly, these two candles here, which is 104,450, you got to stay above 104,005, right? You just have to. That's the key. So because we stay above that, we get the bounce. Absolutely beautiful, right? And this candle closes above that key level. It's really what you want to see. I like that pink jacket. I like you, man. God bless everybody here on the live. God bless you all. J Soul, baby. I just also lost 400 in my sleep. How come I made the gain and how come it was so sweet for me? I don't get it. And I'm showing you the money. Like, I'm not lying. I didn't lose money. I lost money yesterday. We took a hit yesterday, but we made it all back today, baby. And some. Double what we lost yesterday. Let's go. We flipped it into a green. I love you, J Soul. We're going to get you going, man. I don't know what it is, but we're going to find a way to keep you positive. And I mean, you've been awesome. I've seen a huge change in you since you started watching the channel. You're one of my favorites, man. I've always been watching you, man. I love you, brother. I want to see you shine. The second you give up is the day you're about to get it. The day you're about to hit it. The day about you conquer yourself, man. It's about conquering yourself, man. We conquer ourselves, and that's how it happens. You see what I'm saying? Sammy and salmon, baby, all day long. Salmon. I like you. I like this guy. Shout out to Jeff Fielder of the house. Shout out to After Hours Investing. Making gains, baby. Great week. Discipline is the key. Stick to a trading plan. God bless my man. After Hours Investing. He's been with me for years now. People are so loyal to the lifer because we have fun together. We make gains together. We change lives together. There's no reason why we wouldn't keep kicking it. May God bless each and every one of you, man. Gains in his sleep, too. Rave Song Records, making the monies, babies. Making some money. Stirring the pot. Eating it. Let's go. I'm positive, bro. Not giving up. Just keep losing money. J Soul, man. Stop using money then until you can demo trade it. I don't know why you're using money if you can't demo trade that money. Let's get the discipline up. Let's find a system. So the daily. I mean, the 5-day. I mean, now, that's amazing on the 5-day. And again, I gave up on my little crazy idea. Now I'm back on my can we make this beautiful flag? And you can kind of see the next key level here for Bitcoin. The whole world wants Bitcoin. People are fiending for it. They barely got it. Every time it dips a little bit, everyone that was on the sideline say, man, that's my chance. And there's a lot of limit orders in wait. There's a lot of people just praying that they could get a little more Bitcoin at a cheaper price. And the smart traders, there's always people front running each other. So the people that didn't get in at 100, they're going to put orders in at 104, 108, 106. That $100,000 level yesterday, what a dip. And I was like, what a place to buy Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Whenever it gets ugly, I buy more. And I always ask myself, but how do I know this is going to be the bottom, Sam? How do you have the guts to buy more? And I say, well, I always go back 3 weeks later, a month later, and I'm like, man, what a great buy. So I tell myself, remember all those days that you've rewarded yourself for buying the lows? I said, those days are coming again, man. You've got this. You've got this, right? Let's take a look at that long. It's now back at break even. It bounced up nicely. I was actually in the gain again at 825. $100 again. Now it kind of slumped down again here. Not ideal at the present moment in time. But who knows? It's doing some bit of a bouncing. Almost an inverted head and shoulder. Touching the 21. Signs of life here for a bounce for Bitcoin. Pretty ugly price action on a Friday. I mean, what is that? It's you could say it's an inverted head and shoulder with a sloppy right shoulder. Definitely a bit of a cup and handle here for Bitcoin. Low stochastics bouncing again. The bullish retest of this top trend line. As long as they don't go back inside the pattern or back inside this line. See this line here? If we break down here, then we're done. You stay above it, there's a chance. There's still a chance. So Bitcoin on the daily now looking absolutely sweet. And that's a bullish engulfing candle that's coming in on the daily time frame. Let's zoom in and take a look. Yeah, we want to see this candle close bullish engulfing. If it could take out the wick, that would be even better. I mean, we got such a bold move already throughout the night. How much more are we going to get today? That Asian session really rocked the house. London picked up the slack, and it just became an all-out. They basically are, US gave us a dump, and these are prices we've been begging for a long time. And then they're like, if we don't buy them, they'll pump them behind our, you know what I mean? And there's that idea too. Like, if we don't get in, then New York's going to get in early on us and pump that thing bad, and they're going to after the short. So people are like, I should get in. You can kind of see the mentality behind it. Even if you knew how to trade or didn't, people are rushing to get into BTC. So now we got oversold stochastics RSI. We've got bullish engulfing candle. We've got the RSI in a great place. We've got what I see is hidden bullish divergence now, because you got a downtrend on the RSI while an uptrend in price action. We're going to pull a Fibonacci, which usually coincides with some type of 618 golden pocket. You basically wicked right down to the golden pocket. See that? You wicked into the golden pocket. It's right there. I can't make this up. I'll put a line right there. That line in line with the wick. Look at that. Is inside the golden pocket. Crazy. From this wick to that wick, you went into the golden pocket. Again, Bitcoin just loves to do exactly what it's supposed to do. Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to Master Fred on the house, holding me down. Shout out to Zachary Gilbert, the Guardians of Gaia, Jojo, Kayla Jane, slowly all at once. Hey, you're funny. So Bitcoin getting this bigger move. I like what I'm seeing here for BTCC. 104,877. Funny, this is the Coinbase USD chart. I'm going to actually switch to, so sorry. Let me switch to the Binance USD chart. They're a bit different today. They're off by 100 bones, so I don't want to no worries. We can get this cooking. So the key is here. Look. The daily support of resistance, absolutely beautiful right there. Resistance, resistance, resistance. We wicked in, we bounced. So that's a great thing. 618 golden pocket, Fibonacci pullback from wick to wick, and a hidden bullish divergence tells us that you're going to break this high before you would ever break this low or even go near this area here. You definitely have some support at 98.5 and at 101, now at 101.4, and then hidden bullish divergence. See this? Again, similar to the bigger idea we had, and that suggests that you're going to break this high before you break that low. which now tells me that this could be a beautiful long here for Bitcoin. You know, it's too coincidental. And what I really see happening though is this shoulder, head, right shoulder. We're going to take a look at this on the 12 and the 22, maybe even the 8. We'll probably get some better detail. Bang. So I got in at the very bottom. I sold near the very top today. You can say whatever you want, but my strategies are tried and true, and they got me paid. And I'm not trying to brag. I want to teach you how amazing technical analysis is. It's because I was a mess. Remember, I worked a night shift. I used to wear the same jeans and the same hoodie every single day of my life, everyone. Because no one saw me at work. I worked alone with one other dude. We just, you know, we got it done. No one bothered us. We had all these computers. And we you know, I worked in the television industry. It was very interesting times. Signed many NDAs of things I couldn't discuss. Saw a lot of stuff. Shoulder, head, a bit of a right shoulder. This V-shaped recovery. I don't want to be surprised if it just continues all the way. Technically, you know, I want to see a breakout of the falling wedge here. Let's go to my 8 hours. 8 hours is my go-to time frame. It just, you know, it holds the keys. Sometimes when other time frames just can't tell you what's happening, the 8 hour will give you the golden sauce. So right now, look at how the 8 hour is. I mean, it's got a bullish divergence, number one. RSI is swinging down, but not nearly as sharp as that. If this continues this way and that way, they'll intersect. Divergence is about if those levels will intersect. Remember that. Everyone else tries to tell you what divergence is, but I've backtested it for years, and it's really about the intersection. Okay? Great day, Sammy. Much love from Brazil. God bless everybody, man. Yeah. Drunk really spoke for around 20 minutes. Yeah. Bang, bang, bang. We'll see what happens. 104,800 for BTC.D. And, you know, I just like what I'm seeing here. Things are starting to go well. Let's go to the 6 hour. I mean, the 6 hour looks good too. The 4 hour got the pump. And now we bring in the moving average is very important. Especially, look, I want to see it on the daily here. So, yeah, the daily, the 21 above us, that's great. The golden cross. You get the golden cross, you get the dip, and then you're gone. And this could be the last chance to buy Bitcoin anywhere near 100K before a massive move to the upside here for Bitcoin. So, I'm getting FOMO for the bitty. And look at this 4 hour. If the 4 hour can get above, look, it's above the 200 MA and the 21. That means it has room to run. You see, that could be an explosive move for Bitcoin. Like one of the most explosive moves. The 1 hour tapping out on the 200 MA, I'd like to see it make a flag with this 21. It could just go above it and rip, but I'd like to see it make a flag. So the 4 hour, to me, says it wants to continue to pump. I wouldn't be surprised. And the next level I'm looking at is honestly, there's not too many levels to watch. We gap up to 108. Then we have like 110, and then it's the all-time high. So we're not that far away here, folks, from a decent pump. You know, the trade that we're in now on the live here on MEXC is up a nice, I don't know, $40. We'll see, you know, higher than it was, $50, higher than it has been so far, right? And now we're kind of making another flag outside of that previous flag. And, you know, just doing that TA, man. So, and it's starting to get tighter inside of that flag. We'll look at that on the 1 minute time frame, right? 15 minute above the 202. That'll flag when the 21 touches. These are all very bullish signs that are telling me there's probably likely a continuation throughout the day here. This is not just a fast move up that will dump down again. The moving average is when you get above them like that. And again, I could be wrong. Anything could happen. But they start telling me that there's going to be a bigger move. Even this 1 minute inside this tight channel, it's looking pretty interesting. So there's starting to be a call to action here for bigger moves for Bitcoin. And I could definitely see us getting a bigger move. Might be worth taking a shot here at something different. Look at that. Bang. People are making gains. People are making gains. That looks like it's about to rip to the upside and rip hard. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's looking nice. I was on the wrong widget. I was wondering why that did that. I was like, wait, my trading view widget didn't load. That's all. And there we are now, back up 111, getting the rippage here, right, for Bitcoin. And so, yeah, this is what I was trying to attempt. And again, that's interesting. We had 2 bullish retests off that top trend line. And like sayonara, senorita, like that thing is like, oh wow, that was for a second looked like it was going to absolutely take off to like all the way to Valhalla, baby. To Valhalla. Can we go to 105,200 for Bitcoin? Key area that I'm looking for BTC. Getting tight though. Friday low volume, always treachery. Again, we're just in an add-on trade from what we did earlier today. I don't even want to move the stop loss too far, but been up $100 a couple times. Hasn't been amazing. It's been a pretty choppy here. But man, the bigger time frames and these 200 moving averages, the way we're above them, are teaching me and telling me that there's going to be a move. We just got to get through the 100x leverage people, I guess, and chop them up first. I'm just humbly trading the way I'm supposed to trade from one pattern to the next. We got the bullish retest from the top of this pattern here. To me, that told me to trade it as long as you didn't go back under this trend line. So that trend line still holds right now, imaginarily, into the future, right? And so we go from there. God bless 1,700 beautiful souls here on the live as Bitcoin's getting this beautiful pump. And then they're going to start Googling it. They're going to want to know what's happening. They're going to want to know how to trade it, find it, get it in. And man, Bitcoin provides opportunity every day because there's liquidity. There's enough movement in Bitcoin to make money every day almost. It's very rare. And lately, the volatility has been amazing. The absolute ups and downs have been absolutely amazing. Look at the nasty NASDAQ. It did the right shoulder just as I drew this all out. I drew it all out. And it did exactly what I drew. This is insanity. The magician, Sammy P, drawing it before it happens. Oh my gosh, there it is. There it is now. And the NASDAQ getting the move to the upside here. Just absolutely ripping. And I'm chasing a bit now. Let's see if we get the move. These are some crazy spikes today. But the right shoulder is true, and we waited that whole time for it to play out the projection I waited on. So, I mean, I don't feel like I'm being too greedy here. 80 for, 192. 2 to 1, a little higher. Hey, Beck, why are you playing so small ball? Well, we made a good amount of money last night. I want to stay humble to the game here. The Bitcoin looking nice, finally getting a move. We're up bigger, the biggest of the trade we've been. And these are beautiful add-ons to the trade. Oh, well, that wick probably got us even higher there. Another rising wedge. Rising wedges break up if you keep getting this, really high heated price action. A lot of people wanting in, a lot of people wanted to get down. A lot of action here. People bugging out. So, yeah, you remember all the people on the sidelines that wish they got into BTC that did not. You have to keep reminding yourself that not everyone's in the same position you're in if you did or if you didn't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it goes back and forth. Shout out to the $84 in chat revenue. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I know it's Fridays during the summer. They tend to cool off, but man, there was huge price action today. Some people are flabbergasted with what happened. They can't believe it. It's okay. It happens. And shout out to everyone that stays with me no matter what. Like, yesterday was perfect. Nailed it. Back with a vengeance. Ready to hit it hard. Can see kind of what I'm looking at and excited for the future. Wow, look at that. That could be a beautiful breakout now. We'll see. So far, so good on the trade. Thought it would have flipped green by now. We'll see. A little late on that entry. Let's talk about what happened today. We had non-farm unemployment, or we had unemployment and a non-farm unemployment. So unemployment rate was 7%. Let's take a look at this. What the forecast, what came in, all that fun stuff. Forex Factory, great website for good resources of getting information of when it's hot and coming out. So unemployment change. No. We want to look. Hourly earnings month over month, 4%. That's good. People are earning a little more month over month. That's better than we previously thought and better than forecast. So I like that. Or better than previous and better than forecast. Non-farm employment change, 139,000. Okay. And that's more people employed, right? And the unemployment rate stayed exactly the same. Didn't go up or down. Well, which shows a strong economy. So it shows a strong economy. The thing is, the stronger the economy, the more he's like, well, if it's strong, then why do we have to cut rates, right? We did get that yesterday when we had some, more unemployment, less people actually opening, more open positions. But it also tells you that there's more businesses opening and people are just got to kind of respond to the fact that there's more jobs. I was at a place today and they usually open till 7, but they're open till 3. They're waiting to see if they can get more help. It's very hard to get help these days. Nobody wants to do the dirty work, man. 42450 here. You're going to have to get AI. People are going to have to find machines to start making sandwiches. It seems like that's what the case is for this generation because people don't want to work. And you want to pay them, they don't want to work for it. So the rate cut stays flat at 425,450 here for BTC. All right. Target rate probabilities for June. And so there you go. Right. Big rate cut right there says no. Nothing. Says it will be flat. July, it starts to slide, but still stays pretty strong. September is when we may get a rate hike. A rate cut, sorry. It's showing that September will push us possibly into a rate cut. But only time will tell. And that's just one thing we got to look at. But September's starting to kind of go our way there. Again, 2 months of the doldrums here in the summers, which we've seen many times if you're a trader with me and you've been through these summer trades. So Bitcoin did the dolphin dip. Didn't get me, though. They tried to get me. They didn't get me. Look at that. They almost got me, though. They almost got me. Look at that. Craziness. Double bottom there possible for Bitcoin. Messy now, though. It's like, whoa. If it pumps now, it's crazy. They're just gonna do whatever they want with the price action. Shout out to everyone kicking it with me today. How's everybody feeling? How you doing? How your trades going? After yesterday, did you brush your shoulders off? Did you bounce back up? Are you doing good? Did you get some good prices? Who here? Put a 333 if you're feeling good. Put a 444 if you got wrecked. It happens. Put a 5 if you bought more Bitcoin. I just want to see. Put a 333 if you're feeling good. 444 you got wrecked yesterday. And a 555. No matter what Woodside represents, man. Shout out to 1%er, man. I lived in Woodside for about, 10 years of my life. 12 years. Woodside, Queens, baby. Hope you're doing well, man. How's Woodside doing, man? How's the burger joint over there? Ottomanelli's burger joint. Smart that they moved into a, that type of business. They already had the meats. Best burgers in the game, right? We got a lot of 444s, some 555s, some 333s. And so a lot of people took it on the chin yesterday too as well. But the bounce back overnight, staying strong, in a new location. And again, that's what I love about it, everyone. You just need your computer, get yourself situated, get yourself together, and bang, you're ready to go, man. Get your studio set up, get your, whatever your trading station. Find a good place where it's private, where you can get it in, where you can really hone in, and just there it is for you. All right, there it is. Sunny side is the best side. Shout out to Sunny Side, Lance, baby. My man Lance with that Sunny Side. Sunny Side was good times, man. Sunny Side pizza was amazing too. Unbelievable pizza. So we're still in the trade. There's a chance here Bitcoin gets absolute rippage. It's a bit, you know what it is too? I know this is odd, but I call these like mangled, but that's a mangled double bottom. I could see that ripping right to my target. And we'll just be in massive gains now. 150 bucks, man, on top of the 2 grand. And now we're the money. I just need an extra. You know, I had to just buy a lawnmower. It cost me $450. I'd like to get that $450 back right now, please, on this trade. So let me get my $450 back on that trade. How much can I get here if I get to the top? 381 ain't bad. Show me the money, baby. And I can move the stop loss now above. Now we got the spike up. Now 272 on the trade. I love it. I shouldn't be greedy. That's a beautiful pump. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Now you're in the money with the lifer. A lot of people, they're just a little greedier than me. Oh, come on. We're getting that. None of that nonsense. Huge candles to the upside. This basically pays for almost half the lawnmower that I just bought like not long ago. Like an hour ago. 2 hours. Right before the stream, I picked up an electric lawnmower. I know. I'm one of those guys now. But, you know, not having to drive to the store to get the gas is key. Wow, we're sticking with this trade. You see this thing? See how I'm keeping moving my stop into position here? Don't fail me now. Oh my gosh, we may get this lawnmower paid for. Oh, we got clipped. We got clipped. We just made a clip. Shout out to everyone that traded with the lifer, man. Bam, the order was filled. This thing's a mess already. I should have just let it run though. And I'm telling you, we went to 105, 250. We nailed the target. Bam! And people don't want to watch the stream. I don't know why. We live trade every day. Why is only 1,600 people here? 1,700. But I'm blessed, man. Thank you, dear Lord, for the 1,600 people, 1,700 people you did send, 1,800 people you sent to the stream. But, man, they taking Fridays off and they missing on this money. And I only got to work a couple hours a day. I mean, I made money in my sleep. I made money right now. Shout out to everybody making gains with the lifer. We just took it. Like, we just nailed it. And that's all you need is 3 big candles on 1 minute time frame to get rippage, baby. Just bought my lawnmower, man. I'm going to show you the lawnmower, guys. Who wants to? I'm going to show you a time lapse of me working in the yard. I'm going to do my own lawn today. I'm going to get out there right at the end of the stream. I'm going to be out. I can't wait. I'm going to start that thing. I got the batteries charging right now, and I can't wait. I'm going to get out there and start ripping. Start ripping. All right? Look at the rippage, man. I always sell early, man. Almost every time this thing's going to be gone. And again, I knew that 15-minute was above the 200. The 4-hour, everything's starting to rip. Big price action for big. Oh, man, this is big boy style here. And I was about to go all in on my other trade too. And we're growing this account. Like, accounts are just growing, man. Money is flying in. You got to love it, man. It's going to get hot, Sam. I have left Florida. I'm in Massachusetts. I have left Florida, man. Shout out to all my beautiful people here. Brother, I ain't missed the stream for over 5 years now. Live, laugh, and love, man. God bless you. Yeah, and shout out to all the dedicated lifers that are kicking it, that don't just show up when it pumps and don't just show up when it dumps, but show up every single day to get it in with me in this awesome price action. I mean, look, I could see where it was going to go based off the measured move of the double bottom, and it did exactly what this is nuts. Only here on the channel where you learn so much about TA, and then you got to pay yourself. Look at that. They bring it down, 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 down. Whenever you thought you should have got more, say, I'm grateful for what I did get. Starting to vision a different future for me and my family after joining the 99. Thank you, man. It's time for you to create a new vision. You deserve it. You deserve a better life, Genti Malaj. You deserve a great future. God wants you to prosper. God wants you to be wearing suits like me and pocket squares and looking fresh and feeling great every day and making money in front of people, because this is the key to life, man. Not making money, but basically teaching people what you know. If you know something and you can help others with that knowledge, what a blessing that is in life. Like, there's no better blessing in life if that's what you can do with what you have. Give it back to others. I knew that the high probabilities of making gains today, instead of keeping it to myself, I showed you guys how to do it. And again, at the end of the day, just getting above the 200 MA. Just getting above the 200 MA too is very key. Is very key. So I found the reason for that sound. If it bothered anybody, please forgive me. But I just got rid of it. Only stops when I pull my phone to trade my ball. Hey, you're funny. My boss, that's it. You're funny. You guys are funny, man. Shout out to Runt, man. I'm my own boss, man. Thanks to the lifers. Shout out to Crypto Baby. How many people became their own boss watching my channel in the last 5 years? Put a 333. If you quit your job, became a trader, started making gains. I just want to see how many people left the job, changed it up. Maybe even you just take a part-time job now, but it's different. You make more money trading. You have more insight. Put a 333. If you fired your boss, hanging out with the lifers, I want to know if you fired your boss. Let me know. Let the lifers know what's up. Another poll, baby, right? And don't try, just keep going till you get there. You're going to get there. Look at all the 333s in the chat here. Wow. A lot of people have fired their boss, man. Changing my family tree. My dog is my boss. I know, right? You better go out there every morning and walk me, boy. So look, now Bitcoin's doing what's called another bullish retest. A bullish retest of this top trend line, which could in turn turn into a pretty big pump again to the upside. So what do? We start to draw the next possible flag and just build the trade before the trade even exists and see the future, right? Again, there's no guarantees that anything will happen. That's the future. The future is that we never know what the future is. You see? So once we guarantee ourselves what the future is, which is what is never known, right? We know for sure the future is what we never know it is. Wow, amazing. But we know that's a fact. Sometimes it's what we know, sometimes it's not. But we know it's definitely no guarantees, right? It's a random act of what's going to happen. We have to react to that. That's why you plan your life and make your life happen in this chaotic world. It's like the chaotic gives you the ability to stay flat. If everything was flat, then your flatness would blend in. But you get what I mean? We stay organized, and because I show up every day in a chaotic world, I gain consistency. But because the world's so inconsistent, consistency stands out. Understand? Because so many things can happen to so many people in any given moment in time, and we all just keep pushing ourselves every single day to make it real. Tried to fire my boss today, but he didn't want to let me go. He's like, listen, I'll give you whatever you want to stay. I'll let you trade I want to be able to trade during the day, and I don't want to be yelled at. I'll do what I got to do. Well, I'm going to be trading most of the day while you're walking around, while you're not paying attention. I'm going to be trading, but I'm going to do what I got to do for you. So, can we make that arrangement? If not, I got to go home and trade all day long. But if you could pay me, and I'll do minimal, but I'll make sure everything works and you're all right. Unfortunately, I'm not able to work anymore because of my diabetes. I'm sorry to hear that. You're the creator of your own reality. Every single person is the creator of their own reality. 100%. The reality you're living in is due to you. Now, some people don't realize that because their subconscious mind has been hijacked. And they think they're in control of their lives, but they're not. Your subconscious mind is in control of your life, not you. So you've been programmed a certain way by life. You need to unprogram if you believe things about money, you've been programmed to believe those things. If you believe certain things about yourself, you're not going to make it, how long it could take you, or the amount of money you're ever going to make, your bank account is only going to go as high as your thought process. If you believe as high as you believe you can get. If you believe you're worth $1 billion, then you can get to $1 billion. If you believe you're only worth a few million, then that's all you'll ever get to too. It's really and so now, look, we're going to risk a little of what we just made again. 150 for 773 here, you see? Very high risk. Stochastics are low, though. And there just seems to be a lot of buy pressure in price action today. So I'm going to be a lot more risky than normal on a Friday, too. It could easily shoulder head, kind of make a right shoulder a dump. I know the risk that I'm taking, and I'm okay with it. And I'm trading on MEXC if you want to jump on in. We also love to trade on weeks and on BTCC. Okay? BTCC, bang. Dude, so I did trade that. They took me out. See that? Bang. Stop hunt. And that's when I'll chill. I'll come back to the NASDAQ tomorrow on another day. And I'll stick to my Bitcoin trades. And if I lose the Bitcoin trade, I'll be done too. Overtrading is overtrading at one point. I disabled so the trading has to do work for me, or I will be broke for the rest of my life. But I know God has a plan. Hey, man, you got your back against the wall, but you believe in yourself. One day at a time, develop the skill, right? Time away from it was one of the best things a person could do. 100% going into nature, taking that walk deep into nature, finding your way. This is the key. It always has been and always will be the key to life. The DXY, let's talk about it. We're going to go over the macro today and kind of break down what happened. But even this morning, we pumped with the DXY. Bitcoin pump with the DXY. Pretty crazy times, if you think about it. Keep whistling there. The greatest accomplishments come from when your back is against the wall, 100%. My job got, taken for COVID. Everything seemed like it was over for me. It was very tough times. Look, here's a strong bearish divergence here. That swings down, but that's swinging up. That's a bearish div, which tells me I probably should bail. Doesn't look amazing, honestly. Give back some gains for no reason, but hey, you gotta, for me, every time I'm up, I take a piece to risk. That's how I got here. And then I take a piece to risk, and then eventually a big one hits. And then I'm up huge again, and then I take a piece to risk. And then, see, everyone else takes everything they made and risks it again. I made $1 million, I'm going to take a $500,000 to try to make triple $1 million. You know what I mean? No, I make $1 million, then I risk like 10 to 5 grand just to make 5 to 6, stack. Then one day something happens, you do a swing, you make 50, 60 grand. Bang. You do that 10 times, that's another $500,000. It adds up faster than you realize when you think about smaller gains with gratitude. I don't understand how. So you focus on smaller gains and gratitude, and it adds up over time. And it turns into something way bigger than you ever thought possible. Way bigger than you imagined when you had thoughts of grandeur of how big it was going to be. It's like these small wins add up to huge gains. And small wins are gains that don't go backwards. Like when you have small wins, they gain. It's like stacking slowly over time, and just like when the charts, when they go sideways and they pump, and they consolidate, it's way better than when they do a massive pump up, right? And we know that they're so likely to get jacked off, and just go right up and go right back down, right? Just so like in a car, it gets jacked up underneath. You jack your car, and it goes up, and you ever see someone mess up and it slips, and then the car slips right back down, right? But you want a nice, solid connection. You get the jack in the right spot. You get your car put up. You get the tire off. Everything works out the proper way. So I'm going to stop chasing here so I don't lose. It's funny. I lose $50 on the live. I make money on the... It's okay. I was in the hospital 2 weeks ago in a bike accident and fractured my skull and 2 vertebrae. God kept me here for a reason. So weird you said that. I was thinking of going to a bike store right now, renting a bike and riding it home. And then you tell me you were in a bike accident. And it makes me kind of like, is that a sign to not go and get the bike today? Now I'm back making gains. Life is such a good spirit. Great community to be a part of. Blessed, man. God bless you, man. You got to be your own hero to the story. You got to write your own story and be your own hero. There's no other way to live. Otherwise, you're waiting on someone else's dime for the rest of your life. And I'm just not going to live like that. So the 200-day moving average is a great place for me to take profits. Resistance. Heck, what if we give it all back now? Look at that. That's insanity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's just almost like completely green can. It looks like Hikanashi, but it's regular candlesticks. You know what I mean? Sam, watching your channel a while, been on 99 yesterday afternoon, saw the Zoom last night and all the info in the group. Update, simply amazing, life-changing. Became a 99 yesterday, man. So he's watched the channel for a long time. He became a 99 yesterday afternoon. Saw the Zoom last night and all the info in the group and the updates. Life-changing. Hey, man, I'm so excited that you jumped in and then you got to come to the weekly screen share. So you signed up yesterday to a perfect time. And last night's screen share was amazing. I was spot on. It felt good. There's always good ones, but that was a great one for you to join in on. And, man, God bless you, brother. I love you. Every one of you, I meet you in reality. I meet a lot of these people you guys are real people. But, it's an internet community, but I meet a lot of you people in real life. And we go around the country, around the world, and I'm excited. There's going to be more and more lifers as I continue to grow every single day here on the channel. On our way to 98,000 subscribers, everybody. We're so close to 100,000 subs. It's going to happen in about a month. The way we're moving, it looks like July 4th weekend, we might actually hit 100,000 subscribers on July 4th. It might all come together in that way. It might all come together in that way. If Bitcoin pumps back to 112,000, for sure. If we don't, either way, we could get a move because of the movement. But man, I'm excited. I am excited. I'm expecting a pullback, Sam, to the USD is sketchy. Yeah, we're right at the 200-day moving average here on the 1 hour, which always has a bit, it's always a place where I love to take profits because now just wait for the 21 and to come back to price action. The only thing is that daily and the 4 hour are looking pretty mean, and we could just continue to get a rippage. What I want to see is some type of right shoulder here now, right? Could be a slim right shoulder, something like that, and then we get a move on out of here. Amazing times to be alive, right? And so we topped out on 523, and we've had about a 2-week consolidation now. And it got everyone got all frizzled up, man. It's crazy, right? How everyone gets crazy. Alt season, I believe, is still going to be here and be huge. Thank you, Sammy. Just made a day's pay in less than 30 minutes. I've been watching the live and already learned so much. Using today's profit to finally join the 99 and keep stacking. Shout out to Matt Did, man. And there's 2 people jumping on into the trading group. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Go to cryptolifer.com. Make it easy. And subscribe to the 99. We call it the 99 because it's $99 a month. You could pay $99 or get the quarterly or the annual for $9.99. That's less than $3 a day for to shadow me. See all the things that I'm doing. When I started trading the NASDAQ, you're going to find out why and what. When I'm trading Bitcoin, you're going to understand what's happening. You're just going to be a part of the bigger picture every single day. Find yourself in the mix with traders all the time. Everyone that's grinding to change their lives. And you're going to be a part of something bigger than you've ever thought, in my humble opinion. Yeah. And it's also about showing up every day. The most consistent group will push you to be so consistent. If you match my consistency, your life will be amazing. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be discipline involved, but it's going to be amazing. Look at this. I mean, we're saying we're going for these short squeezers. 107,300 is coming. It looks like it's going to happen today. Usually when the red's that close and it's just, we get there. So it says buy tonight. Possibly, again, and no guarantees. We've been there before and done. So nothing is guaranteed in trading. I want to make that clear. But it does suggest that buy tonight. Okay? Buy tonight. Yes. We could be in the money here. And that's why it's possible this flag could break out the way I'm showing you here. So now what? What does somebody do? If you were late, you didn't get in, you just watched, you woke up, you worked the night shift, you didn't have a chance. You don't chase, number one. What I would do is I would go to the 1 hour and knowing what time frame and why. And if we pump up a little more and you miss out on the move to 106, so be it. Be okay. And just wait for that 21 to call our name. It looks to me like that's a bit of a shoulder. That's a bit of a shoulder. That's a bit of a head. That's a bit of a right shoulder with a bigger move here to the upside, right? And we send somewhere 108,760 for Bitcoin, right? Just levels that we're looking at. Okay. So looking for that right shoulder for BTC. Looking for the price action to come back to that 21-day moving average. For me, it's a little spent. And it's a Friday. Volume is lower, And again, I don't, just because I say something doesn't mean that's going to happen for a fact. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. But hey, man, I caught this reversal. You tell me how. I figured it out. I don't know. And I do it all the time. We had a wonderful time, and that's, to me, made my. When I woke up this morning, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot I longed last night. I went to bed. I ran to my computer, and when I saw Bitcoin ripping, I knew I'd hit the reversal. I was excited, and then I knew we went over it last night at the exact 1 minute. We found this exact reversal on this candle on the 1 minute time frame out of the Sammy Cup and Handle. Sammy Cup and Handy to the upside, baby. And that's why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy, because we found the reversal. If you're just getting in, we were here last night hanging out together. And even from the diamond, we said the diamond was going to rip, and the diamond ripped up too. From 1039 up, that was a nice trade. Multiple ideas here. But we found this cup, we found this beautiful diamond. And then we found this cup and handle. That thing was gone. Like, that was it. That was the bottom. Cup and handles are absolutely amazing. There was also a bullish div on the indicator here. Let's take a look at the 1 minute time frame. Bullish divergence. And it's pretty strong. If we kind of get it clear, you can see how nice, there's an uptrend in the RSI. A nasty downtrend in price action, but the RSI is just ripping up. And that's a bullish divergence. You can see it there clearly, and we do get a bottom with the cup and handle, and bang. Bang, bang, boom, ba-bang, bang, But that's, and again, I mean, technical analysis, right? People think it's heebie-jeebie stuff. I don't know, but it really plays out in such a strange way over time. And like I said, too, like we're just watching to see if we end up making some type of flag here. There's some real bullishness in the air. There could be some nice scalps in these small time frames still. It's not over yet. We nailed that scalp, huh? I didn't even remember the scalp that we hit. I can't remember all the things that have happened today. It's awesome. We made over $2,000 trading on a Friday, baby. And it's not even 12 o'clock. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're going to hit 12 o'clock and nail it. And hit the gong. Shout out to everybody here on the live. 600 beautiful souls. $102 in chat revenue. Thank you for jumping on in. And these are the days to be alive, man. There's money in the NASDAQ. There's money in Bitcoin. There's money to be trading out here every single day. Opportunities are abound. I travel. I got to, I left my home and I'm still making gains. I love it. Absolutely love it. Bitcoin dominance was looking interesting yesterday. Gets a crazy rip, then a dip. Now, see, because the pumps were different. I want to look at tether dominance here too. Just fell off a cliff. Everyone was like, oh no. Looked like it was going to flag out last night. But then we made the 4 hour. See, the 4 hour told me that bang, Now, could it be a bullish retest? This could just be a fake out. You never know, man. This market has been so sketchy. And I'm going to do my top-down analysis for you guys, too, today. That's going to come out not too long after the stream. So look out for that. Our macro analysis video that I do every single Friday. We're going to be doing that for you. We just missed it due to traveling and, I was in Vegas. Just a week ago, I was in Las Vegas. Just 1 week ago, I was in Las Vegas. I just can't believe that. I was doing the show right now from the studio with Sin City Crypto. I had the same coat on. I wore this exactly a week ago, man. Unbelievable. And it was my first time rocking it out. I mean, I saw it in the store. I said, that thing's money. It's going to come across good on camera. I'll look great in Vegas. Everyone says I said Vegas. Should I say Vegas? Vegas? Las Vegas. Las Vegas. Welcome to Las Vegas. It's not VAG, though. It sounds like VA, Las Vegas. That's just the Boston accent, the way we do it is just weird. Anyway, tether dominance. I'd like to see it make a right shoulder, just like so, kind of like Bitcoin shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then take the dump. So a little bit of price, there'll be some indecision there, and then the market will speak, and we will get the move to the downside here for BTC. Let's take a look here at what's happening in coin market cap and see what's cracking on the bigger markets. And if there's anything else out here on the altcoins that we want to pay attention to. MUSK. I love MUSK. Up 24%. Tends to move with BNB too. So when MUSK moves, makes me think of BNB. Virtual is holding 184. Definitely something that would pump if anything could. Wow, Matic really fell off. I don't know if it'll ever come back the way it fell off. Chainlink 13. Injective 12. Flare. Trump, just a little movement in these altcoins. Nothing amazing, though. They're kind of in a state of shock right now. Bitcoin goes up and down, then pumps. They're just like, people are just, a lot of people panic sell. Hottest coin right now is FAT. FATCOIN seems to be fat. FATCOIN there, dude, does well there, dude, there. But, regretfully so, FARTCOIN seems to be the hot coin of the day here. Nice, beautiful pump from 87 all the way back to 107. Can't beat that. Getting rejected by the 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. Very similar to Bitcoin. But look at the daily and the cup and handle. To me, wow. Makes me believe that FARTCOIN likely going to go. It was the biggest thing before. I think I've had one or two. I don't think I've ever had a position in it. But that looks kind of scrumptious. And it's bouncing off the 200 moving average on the 22-hour time frame. There's some bullish divvy on the indicator down there too as well. Fibonacci from this key level. Man, it's great too. Being in a basement in the summer, it's a hotter day today. Not too hot, but it's and the basement's just beautifully cool, right? You gotta love that. That's a cup and handle there that could do absolute damage. We say damage. I mean, that's beautiful. I like that a lot. Stop loss below the 786 fib retracement. And I would find out, I believe I'm going to swing trade this. So what I do is I put it what I'm willing to lose if it goes below a certain level. And, I go from there. Holding $1 on FARTCOIN. And I think I said that. Hello? Anybody? Interesting. So I'm going to put this into the altcoin section, and I'll be searching the altcoins later today too. Now that Bitcoin starts to stabilize, this weekend might be fun for altcoin trading. It's all about altcoin trading on the weekends. Once Bitcoin stabilizes, that's what we're looking for. FARTCOIN, baby. And that's a cup and handle on the bigger time frame too as well, which looks nice. With a fib retracement. And I go for confluence, combined influence, two things that say the same thing and show me there's going to be a bigger move, right? Let's take a look at MUSK. I traded MUSK on and off, had it in the portfolio too before at one point. Wow, the thing is taking off. That's crazy. It was just $1.70. This thing is gone. And I wish I had my teeth in there, man. Wow, that thing is gone. And just, this is what I go for. Look, tight moving averages inside the flag. And that usually produces a great move. And in that time it did again. MUSK ripping. Apologize for not covering, for letting that one slip through my hands. Wow, what a big move for MUSK. And what of all the coins today, MUSK just doing damage. Moving with that Bitcoin run to the upside. It will likely pull back to the 21-day moving average. Slap a couple alerts here. Take a look at it in a while. See what it ends up doing, where it ends up going. See, those are just vertical lines with alerts. When we cross the vertical lines, I'm going to find out where price action is going to go. Okay. Bang. 12424. Yeah, so you can't give up on price action. That's what we learned too. And there you go, kind of, and we got the most out of the day. Midday, New York lunchtime, and we got the most out of the day as far as I'm concerned. We absolutely nailed it. So, shout out to everyone that jumped on in and kicked it with the lifer. We love y'all. We appreciate you. I don't know if it's perfect alt season yet. Again, it's definitely DCA time. Anytime there's a dip. Let's take a look at Solana and see how Sol is holding up. How Sol holds up is key. If it can hang, then great. If not, right, so be it. Wow, firm rejection by that daily 200 at 181 though. And it all was looking like we were going to get the monster move up. But again, and this is probably what Total is going to try to tell us when I go over it today on the macro. But it's looking like we just got to get that bounce and get that inverted head and shoulder. I love it, man. Whenever it doesn't go your way, if you have open-minded, versatile mind, you can always find the bullishness. Like, it's always there, even when it's hidden by bearishness. And we get that move on out of here to the upside, and we're back at a $269 Solana, somewhere by August 7th. And we're at $100,000, subscribers in the channel, and we're ripping. Please subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. The more subscribers we get, the better. Every single day here, teaching you guys about the moving averages, the 200 MA, the stochastics RSI, the Fibonacci retracements, the divergences, every single thing you have to know to make it happen, support or resistance, the VRVP, and more. We don't stop giving you the sauce every single day. We want to see you win here, and we want to push you to become the best version of yourself. Stay blessed, stay amazing. Go to cryptolifer.com to find out more. We love you. Hit the links if you want to trade where we trade. You can hit the links in the pinned comment up here to find out more about Weeks or BTCC or BitTinex. Let us know, right? Also, MEXC down in the description below. I was trading MEXC today. ASYNC and TARS AI. Let's take a look at the fan funding here that came in today. And God bless everyone that sent in a super chat. We have JS. So be grateful and blessed to have been introduced to you, Sam. So grateful and blessed. Respect your knowledge, value, and motivation. Looking forward to a great journey with the Lifer fam. And God bless you, man. God bless you, Jay. Blocky AI agent says, hi, Blocky AI. The chart actually looked pretty good the last time I took a gander on it. On Deck Screener. Let me load up Deck Screener here. Thank you so much for coming on in there, and I appreciate that. And thank you for giving memberships out. You gave 20 memberships. Is that Plumber? Who's that? Sarp Tamor, man, again, gives... That's so nice of you, brother. You didn't have to do that, but you did. Giving back to the channel every single day, making people green on that chart in the chat. So thank you so much. That's very nice of you. God bless you, brother. And everyone jump on in. Maybe I'll do the the lawnmower stream now. But we'll definitely do some behind the scenes here, and you're gonna see pieces of the island, places, meditative states. I'll do some really cool live streams for all the people here that are jumping in here. Someone asked about. Oh yeah, I'm curious to see what happened to Blocky, just to see where it's at by now. Oh, there it is. There it is. I saw it. I like the marketing look of it, like the whole, right? I don't own any, though, just to make it clear. I know nothing. I'm just looking at it to see. I'm curious, and I probably shouldn't even, but... I mean, look at that thing. It's moving. And that's actually pretty bullish. It's breaking out of a bull flag. And that's a cup and handle. So it's my signature. They're not perfect when they do, like, the memers or the smaller coins. But Blocky AI agent, look at that, 2.4 mil. I see that thing going possibly all the way, and then eventually it could hit a penny. But it says 0045 on the target. Looks very possible here for Blocky AI. Thank you so much for the memberships. I love the sound of that. It's amazing. Can you explain why you longed the diamond when it came in the bottom? Because price action was above the 208 moving average and the 21 was touching it. And that's just one of my signals. Yeah. Yeah, I went over that. I said, I know it goes the other way, but price action was above the 200 touching the 21-day moving average. And we were in a tight flag too as well. Now I wouldn't jump into a long there. I mean, or like buy the breakout already. I like to get in, but that thing looks like it may moon. Again, I'm not buying that. I'm just showing you where the TA likely, you can learn from that TA. Any thoughts on a trading competition with the 99? Yeah, we could always do something fun. Thank you, Sam. Just made a day's pay in less than 30 minutes. Hey, God bless you. What's up, Lifer? Can you check out ASYNC? Let's take a look at ASYNC. And wow, look, we got this monster bounce for Bitcoin back to 104.9. And Again, there's something in the air here brewing for BTC. And above those 200 moving averages tells me that there could be some monster moves coming. And we may not be out the water yet here. The bulls may continue to control with big pumpage throughout the day. 104.9 now for Bitcoin. And we're looking for this to kind of channel its way into a tighter flag and continue to pump. The measured move is 100,000. And oh yeah, BOOKMAP wants 107. It's been saying it all day long. So we could, I could even trade blindly off that idea. But I mean, I don't. I like to couple a bunch of other stuff. But I mean, BOOKMAP is bullish right now. Let's take a look at ASYNC. It says it's going to go after those shorts and stuff them up pretty fast. So ASYNC looks interesting. Brand new coin. And it's in a beautiful ascending triangle, right? It looks like it's going to start to do damage. I don't know much about this coin. It's brand new, but it looks nice to me. And that thing looks like it could launch. Again, high risk, high reward for the newness, tightness, but it's async. And wow. Asynchronized by virtuals. Whatever's by virtuals is pretty hot too. And finally, some new stuff coming out of virtuals. I think virtuals is the next thing to pop. So if you found something new on virtuals, I wouldn't be surprised if this async rips. I'll put it on the radar. That looks very bullish to me. Brand new coin, high risk, high reward, right? I don't own any. I just found out about it. I think I heard about it just 2 days ago. Wow, what a beautiful day it is to be alive, man. June 6th, 2025, man. And God bless my mom and dad. Would love to share this day with you guys. I can spiritually, though. You're always with me in my heart and soul, and may God bless you all. Thank you so much. Shout out to everyone kicking it with the lifer. Oh, man, we love you. Exactly. Look at my man making $1,000. People making gains, man. Making gains. Yeah. Bitcoin, baby. Let's get back into those super chats. I'm learning to short in the lifer group. Life changing for short. Thank you. I love it, man. Defund the shorts. You're funny. And now he's learning to do it. Hey, you got to learn how to do both. Tars AI daily 3 looks like a cup and handle. Yep. And Sem Sarp Timor. Thank you so much, brother. Timor, you didn't have to do that. Teamer. Let's take a look here at Tars AI, TAI. I haven't looked at it in a while. I was like honing in on it when I started traveling. It's like I got a little off focus on my swings. I want to look at it here on Messe. Okay, so it's back to 11. Took a bit of a pullback, which is good. It never came to fruition out of the bigger move, right? So we're looking for it to kind of consolidate here too and break out of this falling wedge. It's getting very oversold on the daily. If it pumps, this would be a nice pump. It's kind of that's your cup, there's your handle, and we get the move up to the 200 moving average here. I like it. I've loved this coin. I've been trading it on and off, and it's paid me nicely already. I made some good gains off of it. We'll see where it goes. Tars AI, TAI. Oversold. I would expect to bounce at least back to the top of the channel. Right here, somewhere to about 15. And we go from there, right? To me, that would be great. Like just a swing trade up to 15 and get out. Bang. Turn 11 to 15. Bang. Right? Tars AI looks pretty interesting to me too. It's on the radar. Oversold. Stochastics RSI. MACD turning. RSI looking pretty nice. Trendline holding. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets a bit of a bounce. Let's take a look at the smaller time frame. Is there a flag to be gotten into? Something to look at? Are we above the 200-day moving average on the 15? Oh, we're attempting to get above it there. We just had a flag rejection back up. And again, you can kind of look at it this way. And is this your bounce? Once you get above the 15-minute 200, the odds are the other bigger move could happen too. So I like what I'm seeing here. Tars AI with a bounce off 10 on the low there for after Bitcoin kind of got the whole market frazzled up. 105,950 for Bitcoin. Everything kind of going our way today. Looking pretty sweet for the bulls. And, you know, after tons of assessment, it's good to take a break, too. You've been trading, like me, since 5 in the morning. We've been trading since about 7 in the morning. It's now almost 12 o'clock, right? It's 5 minutes to 12. So 5 hours of straight hammering the charts, taking profits, moving stop losses, hearts racing, money's been flowing. It's good now to take that, you know, for me, that meditative walk into nature, you know, get my mind off the screens for just 10, 20 minutes, even 30 minutes, depending, and reset the mind and get ready for the afternoon. There could be more liquidity. The weekend could come, you know, and then see the charts fresh. Now, sometimes you might miss a move there. I get it. But when you're always, I got to be on, and you never take that moment into nature, you're susceptible, I believe, to all sorts of just constant, a barrage of constant, you know, things that just keep coming at you. They don't stop. I believe it's so important to reset the mind. Wow, Bitcoin's looking so bullish. It's going to find its way to that 107,000. I feel like just it's got to figure out, you know, some bigger. Am I whistling? I guess clean my teeth so well. All the space. Anyway, I could dabble with 100 shapes and show you probably the next awesome trade. Just watching the 5-minute flag here. See if it can go sideways and continue to pump. And that's what I'm watching. I'd love that. 21 catches up, and then our next target's 106.2, and then we're going to 107,000. BOOKMAP, as we've showed you throughout the stream, link to BOOKMAP in the description. I do get a commission. Check it out. And if you want to sign up to class will be the 28th. Okay, right there. Life or Vision trading course. Jump on in today. That class will blow your mind. It'll help you see the stream in a way you've never thought possible, and I really take your trading to another level. People are charging $2 to $3 grand for these things. They make you come back each week. I give it to you all in 3 hours, but give you homework, and then if you keep coming back every single day, it kind of couples what I teach, so it's all one learning process altogether, right? So, blessings on blessings. Everybody, thank you so much for jumping on in. I'm going to jump on out of here and do the macro technical analysis video and get that done. I love you all. I appreciate you all more than you would ever know. Thank you so much for jumping on in and being a part of the amazing, awesome live stream. I can't do it without each and every one of you showing up every single day. May God bless you on this beautiful Friday. Take advantage of these beautiful days of the summer days, baby. I love you all. Everyone, stay fresh, stay amazing, stay blessed. I'll catch you on the flip side. I'm going to do some more work right now and make you a beautiful macro analysis video that's going to break down the markets on the macro, and we're going to go from there. I love you all. Have a great day. Stay blessed, stay amazing. Remember, you're not going to be great to start, but you got to start to be great. The secret to success is getting started. I love you all.